Hello, everyone. John Frellis to a Topspin Tennis. In this video, I'm going to show you why you may be hitting the ball into the net. I've done a video on this, like how to avoid the net, but I had a subscriber asking about the path of the racket, and if it were too steep, especially if the face is closed, why is that ball going to the net? I'm going to explain it now. Enjoy. Got my buddy the Topspin Pro here, and as you can see with this Topspin Pro, this angle that we're going up is fairly steep. So in order to compensate for that angle, you gotta have that racket face slightly closed. So I've talked about this. If you watch the pros with Topspin, that face is slightly closed. As they go to the ball and lift up, that face has to be closed, because if it is slightly open, that could make a huge difference on where that ball goes. So let me show you a great little tool on how to understand the racket face. All right, I always show this with the juniors. Just pretend that your racket face has eyes, right? So if we were to have a square face and we make contact, or if we're coming from low to high with the square face, that should lift the ball pretty good. If that face is slightly closed, we need to have a little bit more racket head speed and a steeper path to make sure that ball goes open. Now, if we have a steep path and that face is slightly open, where do you think that ball's gonna go? It's going to the moon. So one thing you have to do as a player is you need reps at this. This takes repetition. So when you are going to be steep with that racket angle, you gotta make sure that that face is slightly closed. Here's the challenge. If you close the face too much and you're steep, but you don't have enough racket head speed, that ball could land short. So what you need to keep in mind is when you're hitting with topspin, three variables that you need to keep in mind. One is, if you're going to close this face, you gotta make sure that the racket angle is steep enough and you have enough racket head speed. You could be slightly closed, steep, but if you don't have enough racket head speed, the ball is going to land short. So that's those three variables you have to keep in mind: racket angle, steepness or path, and speed. Now you could have a square face, steep path, but if you don't have enough racket head speed, that could make it land short. So if you're going to go steep but not have a lot of racket head speed, you're probably going to have to open that face a little bit to make it go over. Keep those three variables in mind: speed, steepness or path, racket angle. So here would be my recommendation on how to work on this and really get the feel. Let's go on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being the slowest with your racket speed you can be, and 5 being the fastest. What I'd like you to do is try this. Let's go with a 1 speed, being the slowest I can possibly accelerate with my racket head. But I want to be able to hit topspin and get it over the net. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to probably open my racket face slightly, right? Let's go 1 speed. I'm going to go steep. That should get the ball over. So I'm at a 1 speed and I'm going steep and trying to get it over. Now watch, if I keep that same racket angle slightly open, but I accelerate like at a 4, you can see how that ball goes long. Face is slightly open, path is fairly low to high, but I accelerated and that ball went long. Let's go with my normal swing now, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be fairly steep, wanna clear that net by like 4 or 5 feet and still bring it in. So racket head speed was good. On contact, I'm going to probably be slightly closed. Path was fairly steep, and I hit up and across. So there you have it. If you're hitting topspin, but that ball's still landing short, I have a feeling it's either the racket angle's too closed, you weren't steep enough with the path, or you didn't have enough racket head speed. Do me a favor, 80% of you that watch these videos are not subscribers to the channel. Hit that like button. It's going to help the algorithm. Leave a comment, I read those, and make sure you hit that notification bell. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Did you know that I have a Topspin newsletter? And if you subscribe to it, you're gonna get my next gen forehand blueprints. Click the link below, throw in your email address, you get access to the newsletter, which I send out every month, and you're gonna get the next gen forehand blueprint. 10 pages of quality information. Enjoy.